Okay guys, so we're all set up.
Should we decide roles again?
Yeah, that's a good way to start.
Anyone got a preference?
I don't mind doing the note taking.
I don't mind feeding back to the class.
I've obviously organised today, so that's mine done.
I'll leave it.
You have a day off today.
We'll swap round.
Yeah, we'll swap round again.
I can like help feeding back, I suppose, as well. So. Everyone done their exercise?
Yeah.
How did you guys find this?
Yeah, it wasn't the.
No, I mean,
same.
when I looked at the stuff that you lot had to do, I was like, that is quite crazy. But I found mine wasn't too bad.
Oh, you had the goals, didn't you?
Yeah, goals. So mine wasn't all that bad. It's quite good. It's quite not good.
Yeah, mine was.
Yeah.
breathing, and like the invisible shield and stuff.
Oh, we'll go on to that. Shall we exercise one? That was me.
Yeah.
Well, basically that was just looking back at the last seminar and concluding, the ideas on self-esteem and self-confidence,
Yeah.
which we actually did in the seminar. So if you feel there's any point in going over it, unless you guys want to. You're happy? Excellent. I did exercise 2 as well, which was just a couple of quizzes and tests to see what kind of person I was. And the first one was a people-pleasing test. There was statements below which I had to agree with or disagree with. They were really close, so I wouldn't say I was either. So, for example, I should always be nice to other people doesn't always apply. It really depends on the situation you're in and who you're around. I should always try to make others happy, but I do it as best I can, but
you can't really
it's
say
not
yourself,
always
can you?
exactly. It's not always
You
like
don't want to be like, oh, I am this.
exactly, yeah. But overall, I didn't really benefit much from it because I already know what kind of person I am, so it didn't really help me or aid me anyway. And then I moved on to the nice Q test, which was again, it was a true or false set of questions. And again, it was either a yes or no. There wasn't any in between. I pride myself on being a nice person. Well, I don't, but I do. I do think of myself as a nice person, but I don't pride myself on it. So I think the questions were too close. And I would have been better if you could talk about it a bit more.
There's no middle ground.
Yeah,
it's true or
It's not really something you can consider yourself.
I know it's quite hard as well.
Like, do you know if you're actually a nice person?
Yeah.
In fact, I'm reflecting back with you guys as well.
You don't want to seem like big-headed either, do you?
Exactly.
But I think we said this in the class, isn't it, when we were working on people who were going through stuff like this in the class, that we felt that we were not much of it really applied to us because I'm not saying that we're perfect, but we're not really.
It's so
quite hard
yeah.
to discuss it with them.
And we're quite confident as a whole as well. So.
But yeah, I wouldn't recommend them if I'm being honest, guys. I'm sure there are quite a few other ways of knowing what kind of person you are, and if you don't know right now, yeah, I'm pretty sure I know who I am.
So you don't think they help them at all?
No, I don't.
Because they're meant to, isn't it? So you know what you are, what's the person
yeah,
that will help.
Again, I think if you don't know.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying there, because if you're in the middle ground, it doesn't really help you to understand yourself anyway. But like you say, like most people, I would say that all of us do that, we know where we're at, we know what we need to prove.
I can see how it could benefit some people, maybe they're trying reserve, but it doesn't really apply for me.
Yeah, I did 3 and 4, so exercise 3 was the relaxation breathing. It might be sort of like yoga techniques and stuff, but they didn't work for me at all. I felt stupid to be fair, so you can have a go if you want it. But I'm not the sort of person that gets stressed, so maybe this exercise wasn't the best for me to do myself. I can maybe see why other people for exercise 3 would help.
They're more spiritual.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like because if you are in a massive stress, then just sitting down for 5 minutes and like having a deep breath might help. But for myself, it didn't help. And like I said, I just felt stupid. And imagine if you just try and do something like that in public.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just wouldn't want to. And the stress inoculation one, like the invisible shield and the shoulder coach, I think the same sort of applies to myself. I'm not the sort of person who needs to have like a shoulder coach who's constantly saying to me, I am right, I can do this. Because I can understand if someone was really unconfident, it might work from the shoulder coach, like reiterating that they like themselves and things like that. Again, I don't think they're difficult to anyone in this group.
It also depends on like what stress you're going through. Sometimes but some of these are just
It's
they seem a bit-
emotional stress, isn't it?
Yeah, some of them seem a bit.
I think sometimes like you have to have like a third party perspective
Yeah.
on it. Sometimes it's better for somebody else to tell you that
Yeah.
rather than
It is true.
I like my.
Constant learning.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think with this it's just a case of dealing with the stress and
Yeah.
getting rid of it rather than sitting down and wasting time doing breathing
Yeah.
exercise. And
Definitely, yeah.
it's much rather just get it done, get it out of the way, and then after that you just go and do what you've got to do.
The invisible shield's like sort of a like, good idea because like when you're dealing with an angry person who's like shouting or something,
It's
you
good
sort of
to
break out
calm.
the shield, yeah, keep calm. But I just
So what was this one again? It was just
which one exercise for?
yeah. So what did you have to do for it?
You just like so put yourself in that sort of role and like pretend you've got a shoulder coach who's saying like I'm right, I can do this.
Oh, okay.
But like you get like to me it wouldn't really
Yeah.
work. But like the invisible shield it could work.
Just a barrier.
Yeah.
I suppose there must be people that must be out there that are not the most confident.
Mhm.
I suppose
Yeah.
things like this would help other people. Maybe it's not as difficult, but it might work for some people. Exercise 5, that was me, and that was setting yourself some goals. I chose this one just because I thought to myself that I've got too many goals, but I don't actually know which are my specific goals.
Yeah.
So I thought an exercise like this would possibly help, and I did actually find that this one did help. What I found was helpful about this was it made it much more clear to me, obviously, that what my future goals are, and it made me become a bit more realistic about what's more achievable within a certain amount of time, because I think I've kind of had this dream where I was going to just achieve everything by the age of 30 or something, but then I'm thinking after doing this exercise and sitting down and reviewing it, I think I've realised it's a bit more practical that maybe it will get there, but maybe not in the time that I thought. And not only that, it's also helped me get rid of any like pointless goals that don't really have much relevance. So it's just I think it's helped create structure, and it's helped me become more focused as well. Yeah,
I
definitely.
think it's good to set yourself goals, isn't it? Because you can sort of see where you are and you can help,
Yeah.
and then you can take steps from there. Because if you're really far away from goals and you know you're probably doing something wrong, you can not go that way. So I remember you saying in seminar that you wanted to set your goals.
Yeah,
It's quite a good task.
exactly, because it's like, if someone will ask me what I want to do in the future, and sometimes I'll say this, sometimes I'll say Paris still, but then sometimes I think, well, I actually want to be any of the two.
Yeah.
So really, I think after doing this, it's helped me, it's become a lot more clear. But not only that, it's told that I've kind of gone away now and I've researched on what I want to do as my future career rather than have just a broad perspective of what I want to do.
I think they've got to be realistic as well.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
Yeah.
If you're the type of person who really wants to achieve something, you've got to be realistic and then you
You've got to
set
give
goals
yourself
and you
like an
don't.
incentive.
Yeah, if you don't reach them, then you're going to be demoralised. Just not.
It is true. I think you have to be very focused and be very realistic as well.
Exercise 6 that you did.
Yeah. There's a lot of it in here that I do really agree with, but then a lot of it I just feel rubbish. It's just pointless. Start early. I always get up early anyway, so I didn't really need to practice that as such.
Can't do that.
No, it just makes you feel better. Like it makes you feel as though you've done more for your day. So that is already part of my routine. So I didn't really need to practice it. I do believe in it anyway that it does set you up for the
Gives you a
day.
full day, doesn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't make like a waste of it. In terms of choosing my sunglasses for the day, didn't really think
Sounds
that
similar.
this was very instructive or helpful. Because it's difficult to tell yourself, I am going to do this, because you don't know what kind of day you're going to have.
It is true.
Depends on what happens on the day.
You've just got to, I suppose, be optimistic daily. You can't just tell yourself that it's going to be a great day kind of thing. So I didn't really think that was useful. I mean, some people might, use it and it might go well for them, but personally,
Because like Vic said, it depends what sort of day and stuff. And stuff might change in a day, and then you've got to
Yeah.
think on your feet and adapt to that. almost.
yeah, and just turn it around and always be optimistic.
Yeah.
It's not always
It's
possible.
not always perfect, is it?
Yeah.
And I don't think you deal with people that are optimistic every day.
Yeah.
No.
So it's about dealing with people. out
You
there.
have to I think it's more or less like turning things around during the day, but it is difficult to do that, like if you've had a really bad day.
Yeah.
I suppose at the end of it, you just got to think, oh, tomorrow isn't different.
I think it's about adapting to that situation.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's waking up in the morning and telling yourself that you're going to enjoy the day. A third point was exercise your mind, your body, your mind, and your spirit. I agree with the body exercising with that, just because it does make you feel better.
Stimulates your brain. doesn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you go for like a run in the morning or what I did the first year when I had time, just go to the gym before uni,
Oh, okay.
and it just makes you feel better like during the day. But in terms of exercising your mind, I do feel that if you like, it doesn't even have to be like reading and stuff like that. You could just literally do like Sudokus and stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
I used to
Yeah,
sit the train
just
to like
brain
Sudoku in the
teasers.
morning, and it just like you feel a bit like more alert, like your brain
Yeah.
starts. It's like rather than just like dumb mindless.
Yeah,
like,
it's just something
just
that
sitting there,
stimulates
see,
your
like,
brain.
just
Yeah,
doing-
it is true.
So I do think that works. In terms of getting in contact with my spiritual side, I'm not really sure how to do that. So I think
Depends
that,
what kind of person
yeah,
you are,
I
isn't it?
suppose-
If you're
yeah.
spiritual, then you
Yeah,
will
because
work.
there's that girl in seminar that she was like, oh, she's all into the spiritual
Yoga
stuff.
and things
yoga
like that.
and stuff. Yeah, the one that was having excuse. I suppose it must work for some people, but I think it's about having the time for these things.
I mean, it says like if you're not sure, get down to the local library and read up on major religions and faith systems. As a law student, you don't really have time to go down to the local library and read up on it.
It is true.
But I don't think it's like
It's almost saying though, because when like it's not turned to religion. it's
Essential,
like,
yeah.
Turned to. I mean, I'm part of faith and part of the system, and I do find that it does help. But I don't think if I wasn't, I don't think I would find that. I'd especially go to something.
I mean, I can't think of
spiritual.
anything like daily that I think that I'd need to turn something spiritual to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Like it's not something you think about on a daily basis, and like even if it's not, well personally I wouldn't turn to it as like a last resort because it's just not really
Just
something
not
that,
personal,
yeah,
is it?
it's
Yeah.
personal preference, isn't it?
And I think again, it's just about dealing with things, getting on with things.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
I think it's quite good that how like we're all quite open to how we can see how these would work.
Work, yeah,
Yeah,
we can't
Even if it doesn't suit
suit
us.
us,
Yeah.
So how you do.
Everybody's different, aren't they? And the next 1.4 was to take quiet time. It says when you were young, you probably had that feeling that I still do. But in general, I like to just sit on my own. Like if I'm at home, I'll take myself in my bedroom and I'll just like have a lie down or like watch TV and stuff. And it's just kind of like switching off and that doing that like mindless, like
Yeah.
numbing, just like sitting there. Even if you don't really think about anything, it's just switching off. It just
Takes your mind off
refreshes
things.
you for like whatever you've got to do next, or it just gives you time to like wind down at the end of the day, just like not speaking to anyone, not having to think about anything. Is really useful. And to say here, it could be the first 10 minutes of the day, but I feel that you benefit more at the end of the day
Yeah.
because you've
Yeah.
got time to like mull things over. And the last one was be a reflective person. Again, you do have to, like in terms of what we're doing now, but I don't think for everyone it's suited. Like some people just like to get on with it, put it in the back of their head and carry on. But if you reflect on things, you can see where you went wrong and how you could do things better or maybe change things. And I do agree with that one, I just don't think I do it all the time.
I suppose an activity like that could help in the future. So,
Yeah.
Like, we learn from your mistakes.
Absolutely, yeah, you do learn from your mistakes. But I did feel that this, that's what I do. But I did feel that this exercise was useful other than the sunglasses and the part about
You should
getting
do-
in contact
You
with
should
my-
try out some favorite affirmations.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I think it's
Should we just discuss this?
Yeah.
It's just about
Oh, it's a
basically
lot
just,
like-
yeah, just saying
So
positive
we did
things.
a lot
something,
like
we did
this,
something
isn't
similar to this
It's
in
in the
seminar.
clash, yeah. I
In
think it's
seminar,
very
yeah.
much like
It's like the shoulder coaches.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
a
shoulder
it's,
coach, isn't it?
it's very similar to these activities.
More like looking in the mirror.
yeah. I look on
Commenting on
I love my
it,
job
yeah.
I
Yeah.
yeah.
It's just hard.
It's hard to like reaffirm it in yourself. If you know it, you shouldn't have to tell it yourself.
Exactly. Not only that, I think if you've got a good job and you've got a nice response,
Yeah.
you've got a nice work, I think that's it. You go in.
Yeah, you don't have to tell yourself.
Yeah, because I think there's quite like like bragging about.
Yeah, like I think you can. I think this as well. Like if you was to do it and like convince yourself that something might be better than it actually is, then you stop working for stuff.
Yeah, it's true. It is
I
true.
mean, I've known
You just
people.
lose all motivation because you think you've already got it.
I've known people that like used to do it in the mirror, like say, oh yeah, today's gonna be a really good day. I'm gonna go out and get a job and stuff. And then as time goes on, they lower their expectations on so it can work.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like if you say, oh, I'm going to go out and do this, and then what happens if you don't do
Don't
it?
do it.
The confidence going to be not doing more, isn't it?
Mhm.
It is very true. So, what would we conclude? How would we conclude this exercise that we take into
I think
account?
some are helpful, aren't they?
I think mine was very helpful.
Yeah, I think
And
mine was
especially yours
helpful.
as well,
I think
yeah.
mine was very helpful because I benefited it more personally myself from it
Mhm.
afterwards. So I thought mine was helpful.
I personally don't.
Yeah. I think that was quite
Yeah,
cringy, weren't
yeah.
they?
Yeah, I think there's some of the stuff that is a bit, I think, a little bit,
Yeah.
a little bit, cringy. And you do think that, but I think there are some aspects that are good
Yeah.
of activities such as this.
You can see how they help.
Yeah,
us.
Yeah.
some people it may not be cringy, maybe a really good way of motivating them, but for us not so much.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be meeting again next week then.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
So,